Hi, I'm Darren, and we're here at Congregation Beth Sholom doing a Gefilte fish class with Cindy Pawlcyn.
So any bones and trim?
My grandmother every year made homemade, always made homemade gefilte fish for Passover, and it was something that was sort of legend in our family. She had actually been a caterer in the Catskills, and but she passed away when we were living in England when I was 6 years old, and so I was kind of hoping to be old enough to work with her in the kitchen, and so it's really exciting to be here at Congregation Beth Sholom with Cindy, and sort of getting that lesson that I always hoped to get from my grandmother.
And then some
We lived in Rock Island, Illinois, right on the Mississippi River, and my grandmother used to send my cousin and my brother to Port Byron, where the fish would come right out of the Mississippi. There was a fishmonger there, and every Pesach she would send the guys down, and they would come back with all this fish. And it was usually pike or buffalo, they call it, buffalo fish, or sometimes carp.
Pawlcyn going here.
Do you find me appealing?
Yes, in the South we couldn't get any fresh fish except for snapper. Trout, maybe. But my grandmother used to ship everything in for Passover in a styrofoam chest, ice chest, wrapped with duct tape on the Greyhound bus and ship it to us to Camilla. And we'd pick it up and we'd have our Passover and everything was fresh.
So when I was growing up, my great-grandmother made gefilte fish, and I remember they used to put the fish in the bathtub until they were ready to make it, and I actually got a chance to make gefilte fish in one of those big round bowls with the special chopper curved knife. I don't know what it's called, but I made gefilte fish with my great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother. So 4 generations.
4 generations.
I think I was like 8 years old or something like that. And that memory really stuck with me, so I'm so glad to be here and we're making gefilte fish again.
all right. So then we're going to add those onions that are right behind you. We'll throw these here. And I don't think we're going to need that much of the matzo. Mixing now. And then how many eggs? 3, 4.
So how much fish is that?
This should probably be, we're trying to do 3 times the recipe, a little bit more matzo meal. That's a good idea. I love these windows that open up like this. Isn't that the coolest? Yeah, another handful.
Jealousy.
You can, they're called jalousies, that's right. And you also make sure that it's got enough salt and pepper. Is the stock hot? No, we should actually add the carrots and celery to this, right? And get those cooking?
True, but they take, once we form the balls, they'll take about the same time as the balls.
Okay. So just
How many eggs to put in the mixture?
just from like, well, this, you could follow the recipe, but to me, I look at things from cooking so much and just think, oh, this is going to need 3 eggs. It's just
Consistency, you can add them and the matzo meal one at a time.
Yeah, and
see
go
if the
back and
consistency
forth and get the right consistency. And the whole thing is to be careful because you've only got so much fish. So you want to work it up in little, slowly. And the same with the seasoning, you can't take it out. Yeah, because you want to make it simpler.
Leona, when your mom made it, did you help her?
Yeah,
And have your stock.
I did the chopping. Now,
So I don't have a childhood story because I wasn't raised Jewish, but I grew up in an area that was quite Jewish and I had a lot of Jewish friends. So I heard about gefilte fish as a kid, but I don't think I ever tried it, probably till I was about 20 or something like that. And then as I got more and more involved with Jewish culture, I found that I really, really loved it. And some modern Jews like to make fun of the old-fashioned Jewish foods from, 50 or 75 years ago, but to me, they just seem real homey and real loving and real warm, and I just enjoy every bit.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Hi. Get Darren to tell you how long he poached them and everything.
Darren, tell me how long you poached them and everything.
About 6 minutes.
about the consistency, that you can put some of the fish in the food processor to make it a little more dense, and some hand-chopped fish, and that'll make it stick together a bit.
So for a lot of us, this is the first time we've ever made homemade gefilte fish. Look at that. It smells awesome. It tastes awesome. And I am belling over the moment that this community is coming together over food and stories and good wine and good food. It's just amazing. With Cindy helping us and Darren from Backstreet Kitchen, it's been awesome.